Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I just got off the phone with my father, who is the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, and he was talking about how he had gotten on the phone with someone at iTrustCapital to talk to them about things. And it reminded me, I don't know if I've stressed this enough, these are the things you get with a premium custody account over at iTrustCapital. It's a closed loop system, so USD and crypto in and only USD out. And this is what creates the ultimate barrier between you and hackers from stealing your crypto. Their standard operation is to hack your account and then send crypto out. But this is a great barrier that's been set up. Assets held one-to-one off balance sheet, US-based live client service, institutional custody. They use Coinbase Prime, Fireblocks, and Fidelity is their institutional custodians. Tax reporting, 24/7, 365 buying and selling. And if you want to open an account, you can go, they're my partner, you can go to iTrustCapital.com/XRP Army, and you can, they've got the IRA accounts and the premium custody accounts. I have both. Everything's kind of flat still. 229 XRP. All right, crypto week is coming, folks. The House is taking historic steps to ensure U.S. remains the crypto capital of the world. As part of Crypto Week, House will consider the Clarity Act, Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, the Genius Act, and these are all coming. Now, this is what's happening tomorrow, July 9th, at the Senate, Dirksen Senate Office Building. It'll be at 10:15 a.m. You'll be able to go here. It's banking.senate.gov, and you'll be able to watch it live. And guess who's going to be there? CEO of the Blockchain Association, CEO of Chainalysis, general partner at Paradigm, and the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. And then you've got a professor and a research fellow there. Let's see who that is. Timothy Masad. We've covered his videos on here. At the same time, everything's coming together. July 14th is FedWire goes live. At the same time that they're calling for Crypto Week and the Genius Act to pass. That's a hell of a coincidence, isn't it? ISO 222, July 14th. Are you ready? FedWire. All right. This is Lark Davis, and he's talking about how what you see now in Bitcoin is typically what you see before a blast off.
Bitcoin's volatility contracts for a potential breakout. Now, this is just the we are so back moment, isn't it? Look, Bitcoin's getting close to a breakout, a new all-time high, and its volatility is at a 2-year low. Do you understand how crazy that is? How effing nuts it is that we are on the verge of a new all-time high? The market is just, the timeline's quiet. Ethereum treasury companies, holy cow, Ethereum treasury companies, man, that one Tom Lee announced last week went up like 3,000% in 3 days of trading. Stocks are the new altcoins, apparently. Anyways, more than that, last week's volatility ranked in the bottom 10% of the range over the last 10 years. It's hard to complain about Bitcoin being too volatile in those kind of conditions. This is the kind of volatility that comes before a major breakout to the upside, or lack of volatility, we should say.
Yep, that's typically how it happens. And then this is massive. Truth Social, which is Trump's company, files S1 with SEC to launch crypto blue chip ETF holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, CRO, which is, I believe, Crypto.com's token, and XRP. And this doesn't make any sense, but it's saying that 2% of this thing will be XRP. There it is, right there, 2%. I would have the 70% in XRP, not Bitcoin. And then this is the ETF guy from ETF Prime. Trump's Truth Social files for index-based crypto ETF would initially hold approximately 70. There's the percentages. Again, think we're going to see massive wave of crypto index ETF filings. By the way, Grayscale can't be happy having stay issued on their GDLC approval order. First to market matters. SEC holding up Grayscale Digital Large Cap ETF jeopardizes that advantage. A lot of games being played. And here, now that he's not under SEC scrutiny, our old buddy Joseph Lubin is back on CNBC to promote Ethereum.
What does Wall Street pay attention to? It pays attention to being able to make money. What are we going to demonstrate? Because decentralization is the direction of travel for the world, we believe. We believe that we're going to see Ether and Bitcoin continue to rise over the next years and decades as we paradigm shift to more and more decentralization. So that's going to put a bid under these tokens, and the anticipation of us and Saylor accumulating more and more consistently, both in large chunks as well as just selling ATM. We're able to acquire tens of millions of dollars in Ether a day via these ATM sales, and so we're just going to stay the course and continue to grow the concentration of Ether per fully diluted share.
Okay. This is an interesting clip. This is the CEO of Robinhood talking about tokenization.
And Vlad, I mean, you mentioned, launching this in the U.S. as well. Is there a specific, regulatory change that you need in order to get this done?
Well, for tokenization in the U.S., we do believe that the SEC has the authority to make it happen without legislation, which is interesting. And you probably saw last week, Chairman Atkins of the SEC gave an interview about tokenization. He called it a great innovation. And we agree with that. We think tokenization is perhaps the biggest innovation to come into capital markets in the past decade. So I think the U.S. shouldn't be far behind. I think the opportunity is too large to ignore, not just for retail, but also institutional. And I think they're keen. They're having tokenization roundtables at the SEC, which we've been a part of. So
how quickly can we expect
hard to predict.
Yeah.
I think the challenge with the U.S. is we already have something that works. We have the traditional financial system. It's maybe not 24/7, which tokenization would allow, but it's 24/5. There's a lot of stakeholders that we have to make sure feel good about the change. I mean, we haven't even fully moved off of mainframe in the U.S. So I think it could take time, but I'd like to see the door opening for tokenization rather quickly. And I actually think our event should help accelerate that. Now that you see real products that are useful to customers with this fundamental technology, I think there's going to be more and more pressure for, industry partners around the world to adopt the technology.
And Vlad,
Oh yeah, it is coming fast. Wanted to cover this. This is a great thread or tweet post by James Rule, XRP, who I got to meet at XRP Las Vegas. Hidden Road, a prime brokerage firm specializing in digital assets, has partnership with DTCC through its fixed income clearing division. Hidden Road Partners, member FICC. Let me go down here. Additionally, Ripple's acquisition of Hidden Road in April 2025 for $1.25 billion grants Ripple direct access to the U.S. Treasury markets, pathway to introduce XRP into institutional settlement flows. Here's more detail. Hidden Road and DTCC. Hidden Road's a prime brokerage firm focused on digital assets, traditional markets, has a relationship with DTCC, specifically through FICC division. That membership, Ripple, let's go down here. Strategic implications. The acquisition gives Ripple access to U.S. Treasury markets through Hidden Road's FICC membership. It also provides a pathway for Ripple to integrate XRP institutional settlement processes, according to a May 2025 article on Medium. XRP integration. The acquisition of Hidden Road with this membership suggests a potential future where XRP could be used in institutional trading and settlement within the traditional finance system. We've always kind of believed that DTCC would be ground zero for all this, folks, and it looks like it's happening. Now, this was covered yesterday, apparently over in South Korea, or Korea, on Upbit. The XRP volume went nuts. And here, Chad Steingraber is saying Korea is still at an XRP volume at Upbit within an hour, is dominating all other global exchanges. For those of you that were not there, in 2018, January, excuse me, January 2018, South Korea was going nuts with XRP. The XRP price had hit an all-time high, and then all of a sudden, I was asleep one night, woke up to the XRP price having crashed, and everybody was wondering why. And CoinMarketCap had just decided to take out the Korean pricing without telling anyone, and it tanked the market, and then everybody freaked out because they thought something was wrong and everybody was dumping XRP. And I've always been suspicious of that little move, and still am. Okay, we're going to go to daixrp.com, the Patreon, and you can go through there, or you can click join below any of my YouTube videos, or you can click the subscribe on X, and I post the videos. It's extended video with no commercials and any of those things. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.